All right, everyone. Ilhan Omar decided to have an affair. It's no longer a conspiracy theory because this has been rumored now for I think a couple of months, and she flat out denied it. Which, whoops, I think she might have lied. Flat out denied it, and people raked you over the coals if you mentioned it at all. So nobody wanted to be called like an evil Nazi sexist, so they just let the issue alone. We now know Ilhan Omar has officially filed for divorce from her husband. Now, she's got an interesting relationship track record because the dude she's with now that she's divorcing, she got a religious marriage to him, popped out a couple kids, then they separated. Then they got remarried more recently, like a legal binding marriage, and now she's filing for divorce because she was sleeping with her political consultant or whoever he was. By the way, I do not personally care. I'm the last person to judge other people for relationship foibles. So I don't care that Ilhan Omar did this. Can I just point out one little bit of hypocrisy, though? And this is really the only politically relevant part of this video because Ilhan Omar doesn't even matter for the most part. She only matters when she teams up with AOC anyway because she gets outshined each time. The hypocrisy is that if this were Trump, or even any high-ranking Republican, having done something like this, cheating on their partner and then, leaving them to probably, I would assume, marry the new partner, especially within a political context, someone who is working for you politically in some decent capacity. Wouldn't they be screaming bloody murder about, like, if Trump did it, they'd be calling him a scumbag, sexist, evil pig, boorish man, evil fucker, basically. Why aren't they saying the same things about Ilhan Omar? Is it because she's female? I think that it is. The Democrats don't want to be called sexist. She's supposed to Yas Queen slay and she can do whatever she wants with her body, but if she were male, I think that they would call her out too. Like if Al Franken did that or something. They were willing to throw him under the bus for his own bullshit. By the way, is to their credit. Gillibrand actually led the charge on that. That's another reason to respect her. And come on, though. By the way, it's really hard to be a clanker with these small cups that you have in Europe. I've noticed the sizing is drastically different in this country as opposed to the United States. Got to drink 5 energy drinks to feel, a pulse. Becomes a real problem in the morning. You have to wolf these down. In between videos, you have to chug them. It's sad. I think I could dump 3 of these into the Ouroboros mug. I don't even think that's an exaggeration. Back to relevant political issues. I don't care that Ilhan Omar decided to fuck her political consultant. I care a little bit that she lied about it. She should have just said, yeah, I fucked my political consultant. Fuck you. I guess she was probably hiding it from her husband at the time. And it was an open secret anyway because they were living separately. I'm assuming that they just decided to live separately for 90 days because that's usually the threshold for a less messy divorce. Because then it's like irreconcilable differences. Look, there's no reasonable suspicion we're going to get back together. We're living separately. We're doing things separately. We're managing things separately. We want joint custody. And to her credit, she's not like filing for like child support and alimony. They're going to have joint custody. So it looks like it's not that messy a divorce. So that's like a 1 out of 10 at best on the sexual scandal scale. The only problem that I have is the hypocrisy of other people within politics saying little to nothing about this, when they would be absolutely crucifying Donald Trump if he had done it, or any Republican. Now, normally, and I'll say this won't be popular. Normally, I'd side with them if they did that. Why? Because the Republicans have been the moralistic party that actually cares. The Republicans are very fond of saying the Democrats are the party of Sodom and Gomorrah, sexual degeneracy. Look at these evil Democrats. They like abortion and stuff. They got some hang-ups about sexual issues, about romantic issues, anything related to marriage or relationships or whatever. So in their case, it's like a Ted Haggart thing. Ted Haggart, for those of you that don't know, brief primer here from the 80s and 90s era. Ted Haggart was a big-time televangelist, extremely wealthy. He made shitloads of money. A lot of it was gay conversion therapy, like his homophobia, and the other part was the drug war. He was very much anti-drug. He would say, weed is the agent of the devil, and homosexuality is like the worst thing. It's a plague, and he made a career around this. We then found out that he was hiring gay prostitutes and smoking meth and stuff. Now, he's come out more lately, now that it's culturally acceptable within Christendom. He said, well, yeah, basically I'm gay, but the Lord only hates it if I act on these impulses. He doesn't care if I'm a sodomite so long as I don't sodomize anyone, is Ted Haggart's approach. Yeah, and I'm a drug addict. I just don't smoke the crack pipe, and the Lord smiles upon me for restraining myself. And it's like, you do you, I suppose. I personally don't care if people smoke crack and meth. But don't be a hypocrite about it. If you think that it's a plague, don't partake in it. And I've noticed that there's a lot of projection among these people within politics. You've got these cases, more often than not, when you have some scandal where a married man turns out to be doing gay stuff on the side behind his wife's back, it's a Republican. So it's like 3 out of 4 times that's what happens. Let's be fucking honest here. So in that case, hypocrisy works in reverse. But in this case, the party of the person that's actually involved in the scandal, normally they don't care, but they would if it were a Republican. They would have plenty of things to say. I don't see a single one of these people attacking Ilhan Omar as being sexist, dirty, piggish, a cheater, whatever. Not a single goddamn peep. If it were Trump, they would never shut up about it. Let's basically call it what it is. That's about all. Peace out.